For countless eons, the lesser species have clung to their fear of death. Death as an ending, a final boundary, a turf. How primitive. For us Necrons, since the biotransference, this boundary has been overcome. Our bodies can overcome an astonishing amount of damage, but it is possible to permanently damage them. To keep our legions on the field of war and our physical forms intact, the Canoptek Reanimator was devised. They prowl the Necron lines, shooting out ethereal beams swarming with nanoscarabs. Through their gaze, shattered legions arise anew. Necrons touched by these eerie lights stagger to their feet, resurrected, repaired, and ready to fight again. With this, we cannot be destroyed, but merely our advance delayed. It doesn't matter. We were there before other races, and we will be there when their empires crumble to dust. Hi, it's Tacticus, and the Canoptek Reanimator is the newest machine of war coming to you in its first incursion starting from the 15th of June. This thing is not a damage dealer, but in a first for this game, a machine of war focused on healing. I'll tell you all about its abilities and applications, as well as what to look out for in its incursion. Starting with the free ability, Nanoscarab repair protocols allow you to target any mechanical unit not yet affected by it. And I tried, this will work on the orcs with the cyborg body, despite them not being mechanical in the true sense. They will gain a little more than a third of an average mechanical unit's health stat immediately, and increase their maximum health by that amount too. From now on, every time they regain health, they regain 10% of an average mechanical unit's health stat. And how that's phrased is extremely important. We don't just count a mechanic repairing them. We count living metal regeneration, Makotep's passive and Alif's passive here too. This makes every mechanic more effective. Makes it more unlikely that an affected unit is one-shot and the effect sticks around. The only caveat is that this effect can affect everyone only once. It will, of course, being a fixed number, make more of a difference in the longevity of Thoughtmech than for Snotflogger. But being able to also affect summons could make this huge. Okay, repair buff, health increase, what else can it do? The primary ability Reanimation Beam doesn't show an ammo cost, but it's the usual 1. It affects all units with the Nanoscarab repair protocols buff and immediately repairs them with a little over half of an average health stat. Summons will also take an action and deal damage cap by the reanimation level as well as 90% of their damage stat. This might be a good damage tool if your summons stick around long, like Skitari, but I feel it's best on Scarabs. Giving them an extra activation is extremely good with Makotep already, and can be done with the Reanimator as well to get a swarm up with their reproduction. This isn't overpowered though, as every Scarab can only do it once, and you'll first have to affect the new ones to be able to do it again. The more immediately interesting effect is that it allows the affected units to come back certainly after being defeated, with approximately half their health. This sadly doesn't work on the orcs. Lastly, the Mythic ability makes affected Mythic units deal extra damage. Compared to other machines of war, you can only choose one target a round, but the buff will stick around and the mechanical team doesn't really mind only mechanicals being affected. While Galatian is more or less an extra row trigger a turn, and the often combined Forge Fiend removes summons from the equation, for enemies like the Screamer Killer, enhanced damage for row could be worthwhile, as it affects all attacks. Compare that with the Rakatrax's damage increase only for normal melee attacks. This is more flexible and could really help the team out, targeting row round 1 and after others like 10, who will often attack and have decent damage themselves. The Reanimator is a unique beast in the current Machine of War environment. It gives the Necron characters the reanimation rule we long have been waiting for. There are some modes where I'd love it, that don't feature it, like Imagine Legendary events, and in some modes its usefulness will be dubious. In Onslaught, only a rare few will have focused on mechanical Xenos units, and its role might be limited. In Arena, where we most want fast gameplay, another machine killing enemies or providing a body for them to hit might be better, so we don't have to change our team composition a lot. But for Tournament Arena, if you build a team suited to this, it will definitely be fun, being more relevant once you play Mythic and can add the orcs to the roster of affected units, being really annoying to defeat. In Guild Wars, as a defensive machine of war, this will be an absolute middle finger to your enemy's lineup, even if the active isn't used at an opportune time. The combination with the extra health buff from the Medicae will make teams affected tough to shoot through. And in survivals, where especially Immospec, Aleph and Gulgords have been good before, they can gain a significant boost by this machine. It's Hollan for machines, and you can't kill it basically. The biggest drawback will be the upgrading time. The Forge Fiend's Fire, the Biowar Spore Mines or the Plague Burst Scrawler Puddles. They are all basically free. Unlock the machine, use the utility. High level guild raid teams especially want the Forge Fiend at a high level, but you get decent value out of their abilities uninvested. Everything the Canoptek Reanimator does is scaled by the ability's numbers. The active can give you more scarabs without investment, and make a fighter stand back up to need an additional attack to get down. But to get optimal value here, you'll have to invest. I still cling to my old mech team, some of the characters in it being my favorite characters in game total, so I get and upgrade this machine as soon as I can. How about you? Before I talk about the incursion going along the Reanimator, thank you for watching to this point. Please subscribe to the channel so we can work towards the next milestone of 6,000 subscribers together. You can further support the channel by liking and hyping the video, writing a comment, and if you want to support me in-game, feel free to use the referral code BAD60ado for 100 Blackstone for you and various rewards for me. The incursion pits you against the usual Necron units you know from the Indomitus campaign. They all have living metal, and the only thing keeping them from regenerating is finishing them off by focusing fire. They will also come back to life regularly if not overkilled with their reanimation protocol rule, further enhanced by the Canoptek Reanimator in some fights. Some guidelines to deal with them include dispatching glowing scarabs first, so they can't swarm the field by reproducing. Death marks can be dangerous when using their active for a more devastating shot, and you should try to avoid their danger zone when they start glowing. Both Flaked Ones and Ophidian Destroyers reduce melee hits against them, but with Chaos ranged attacks are rather rare, so that can't be avoided much. The Destroyers especially deal huge damage, so should be dealt with fast. And don't stand next to a burrowing hex or they'll hit you hard. Some battles will infuse some characters into them, especially the two Cryptex can be devastating and should be killed as soon as possible. Makotep is the only one among the Necron characters that projects little threat. On your side, you'll have the Forces of Chaos at your disposal, currently comprised out of 25 characters. I'll talk you through some highlights. Incursion is a long mode, and you definitely want some healing to keep the attrition down. Summons as usual are always excellent, and as you can use their abilities each fight, you'll get a bunch more of them. High hits are good against scarabs, and shooting is good against the mentioned units reducing melee hits. Well, in any case, Apraxas and Akimatos can swarm the field fast in this mode, and can be recommended. Rodbone can keep them healthy, as can Rask, whose shields are not direct healing, but at least similar in effect. Karn deals great damage, and can hurt multiple foes, as can Maladus, who gets a special shoutout because he always overkills with his active, negating the reanimation protocols. Despite the self-heal, I think Thoth deals too little damage, and Abaddon can't utilize his Claw of Horrors most of the time, making him okay, but not outstanding. The last shoutout goes to Falk, who has solid shooting with a high hit count and is optimally set up to defeat multiple annoying units, especially with his 1 per battle active deleting swaths of Necrons. I hope you enjoyed this little overview over the Reanimator and its Incursion. Please let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'll have some more videos for you soon. Until then, thank you for sticking with me and have a great day.